What is up, you guys? How are you all doing out there? I hope you are doing super well. My name is Ashley Ellix, in case you do not know me, and in this video today, I really want to play around with the brand new Melt Cosmetics 420 palette. This palette is gorgeous. It is so pretty, and I cannot wait to test it out. This is actually only the second product for me that I've ever picked up from Melt Cosmetics, so I am pretty new to the brand in general. I just recently got the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt Cosmetics, and I've only used it 2 times, so I don't really have an opinion on them quite yet, but I'm hoping to be able to dive into this palette and to just really get to know it and see how the matte blends out, how the shimmers perform, give you guys some swatches, all of that, because look at how pretty it is. So pretty. So we're gonna be doing that today, and if you guys are new to my channel, I would love it so much if you consider subscribing at any point in time in this video. You do not have to decide right now. I get it if you kind of want to just wait it out and, you know, see if we vibe together and you like my style, but just keep it in mind if you want to see more videos from me. But enough chit chat, enough jibber jabbing. I am ready to just dive all into this palette and see how it performs, how it goes. If everything goes well, I want to do a 3 looks 1 palette video, maybe even a little sister pairing. Who knows? We'll see. But for today, let's do a little first impressions look. And if you want to see that, then all you need to do now is sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Boop. Now, opening up this palette, you guys, it is so gorgeous. It has that weird, like, I want to say it's hologrammy, but it's not. It's like a lithograph, I think it's called. ColourPop did it with their Sailor Moon collection, but instead of just on the front of this palette, it's actually on all 3 sides of it, which I thought was really cool. Just, you know, went the extra step, which is great because this palette is a little bit pricey. It's $58, which... woo! I never realized that Melt was more on the pricey side. Maybe that's part of the reason why I hadn't gotten around to trying them yet. I don't know. The Smoke Sessions palette is a little bit smaller. That one retails for $48. I'm just doing some swatches really quickly because you guys need to see this. It's so pretty. It's mostly a matte palette, and it has one like pressed shimmer in this one, which I just think is perfect because the Smoke Sessions palette was heavy on those metallic-y shimmers, and it really needed something to pair with it that was more matte to kind of lay down the base. So I'm really excited for that. Surprisingly, the shimmer actually was the hardest one to swatch, which is weird because those are usually so buttery in different brands. But like I said, new to this brand, so not too familiar with their formulas yet. Zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see this eye look as we lay it down. And I also primed my eyes while I was off camera with the ABH Eye Primer. And then I just set right underneath my eyebrows. It's where I tend to like to do it. And I had to use a different palette because you'll notice that the 420 palette doesn't actually have like a base shade in there. So I just grabbed a different one. Keep that in mind if that's something that you like to look for. I don't mind grabbing another palette though. That tends to happen a lot. So of course I was having a difficult time trying to decide what kind of eye look I wanted to do today. So I had asked you guys over on Instagram a few days ago when I got this palette, which like shades you want to see the most, what type of look and everything. And hands down, the most requested shade was Wax, which is that bright yellow one. So we're going to be incorporating that today, you guys. It is so pretty. Shotgun was probably the second most requested. Maybe I'll try doing that one too. If not, I'll save it for a future video, maybe the 3 looks 1 palette that I was talking about. So I'm going to first dip into Wax with this little angled brush from Luxie. This is the 131, and I'm going to start right in here. Oh, I wasn't expecting that quick of payoff from a yellow. That is great. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna start onto the inner corner of my crease and kind of start blending it up and out, but I'm not gonna take it in too far. I'm gonna take it into this first third of my eye. Now I'm going in with my packing brush and I'm just gonna bring it down to the lash line. That is so easy. Effortless, if you will. And then I'm gonna take it onto the lower lash line, same thing, right down here. And then bring it into the inner corner too. It's a little powdery. You do get a little bit of fallout in the pan. I don't mind it because it's performing quite well, at least for that shade. But just know that if I didn't tap it off a little bit before, I might be getting more fallout. But so far, it's going okay. And now I'm just making sure that's nice and blended over here with my Sigma E40 brush. Let's take Full Melt. For some reason, that one right here is just screaming to me. It is so gorgeous. I'm just taking that a little bit very gently on the crease with the same Luxie brush I was just using a second ago. I just cleaned it off, but look at that pigment right away. Like a little goes a long way, you guys. Jeez. I'm gonna very gently connect the two so I don't get any kind of muddiness between the yellow and the brown. Going back in with my packing brush onto Full Melt again to extend it to that lash line. Now I'm just gently blending it into that yellow. I'll kind of switch back and forth with my brushes now. Okay, I'm not gonna put that onto the lower lash line because I'm thinking I want to do like this kind of like greeny, like over here kind of thing and connect it and like make a blend. With that being said, I think I'm gonna go in with Chronic now. I'm trying to use as many shades as I can to get a good feel for this. So I'm gonna be doing the same technique, but just on the outer portion right there. Okay, interesting. So in the pan, this one looks like that perfect forest green, but when you go to apply it, it's a little more smoky, a little more gray tone than that. Still really pretty, but just keep that in mind. I'm gonna go back in with that little Luxie brush now. Let's try blending that shade out a bit. And then let's take Faded and fade out this line. Yeah, that's nice. So like minor, but it makes a difference. Okay, so of course it's gonna look a little crazy right now, but just trust the process, you guys. I am loving this blend so much. It's so easy to use so far, and it's blending nice, it's packing nice, it's just checking off all the boxes. So let's finish up with some green on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take a little bit of Faded and then finish off with Shotgun, this one right here and that one, and then just blend those out and make them like just nice and soft. And I'll just kind of go back and forth and blend all of those until I'm happy with it, which really isn't taking much, to be honest. And I'm going to take a little bit of Chronic, which was that kind of foresty, greeny gray shade. And I'm just going to put it on the lower lash line corner too to make sure that's blended into the top. Okay, now I didn't buy any of the new gel liners. Let me know if you guys have used the gel liners from Melt and are they must-haves, because maybe I'll get it next round. Maybe I will pick one up. They were really, really pretty though, so if you're interested in these colors in a gel liner, they do have that in the little, you know, the little pots. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my eye look and makeup and everything, and we'll see how this finished look is. I also might want to add Shatter into the inner corner, so we'll see. I'll decide once everything's put together, and then we'll talk like final first impression thoughts. All right, this is with the liner and lashes done, and then I threw on a lippy too. I'll have all the other details of what I used on my face and everything down in the description box if you want to check it out. But this is with that, and for those of you that prefer not to use fake lashes, this is what it looks like with just the mascara on, and I'm really digging this look, but I want to see how this little metallic-y shimmer shade works. That's called Shatter. So I'm going to take my little brush right here, and I'm loving this matte. I really, really am loving how matte and just beautifully blended everything is, but I really want to see how this goes. So let me take a little bit of this, and I'll first pop it into the inner corner. Yeah, it doesn't seem, I had a hard time swatching this one, so it doesn't seem like it is crazy metallic. The ones in the Smoke Session palette are out of this world amazing. So it's a little surprising that this one isn't really paying off quite as much. It's not, yeah, not really wanting to go that well on the brush. Maybe if I wet my brush, I'll try wetting it. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. So wetting that was much better. It has more of that glow in there. So that's unfortunate, but the mattes in here are very nice. I kind of knew that this shimmer was just gonna be weird just because it's swatched so weird, and usually shimmery shades swatch the best. So that's a little odd, but luckily that's the only shimmer in this palette. I do want to say, of all the shades that I used today, and I actually was able to incorporate quite a bit, the only one that I was like a little bit about, just because it doesn't look the same as in the pan, is the shade Shotgun. To me, this actually has a very similar vibe to wax when you actually go to use it on the eye. I mean, you probably can't even tell. I have Shotgun right here, and it's just not really popping. It's not like, I shouldn't say it's like wax. It's not like wax. It's not as yellow, but it's just not as popping as it looks it would be. Like on my finger, it looks great, but when I went to blend it out and pack it on, it's just not giving me that oomph, you know? It's kind of leans more yellow. So I think what you want to do if you want to just use this one and do a more bright, vibrant, greeny yellow look is do some kind of base, either like a white base, or I've used in the past the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in No Offense, and that really makes those shades pop and look more green. Now, as far as first impressions go for this eye palette, I am really enjoying it. I love how pigmented all these matte shadows were and how easily they blended. And I was able to blend them together, not like fully together, like, but enough where it looks blended, but not muddy, which can be hard to do, especially with really, really pigmented matte shadows. So I'm very much enjoying this. I'm loving this eye look today. And I feel like I need to go gallop in the forest. I'm just feeling that earthy tone vibe and I'm loving it. So much fun. I cannot wait to play more with this palette. I'll definitely be doing a 3 looks 1 palette using it, and I definitely need to do definitely a video pairing the two together, because look at that. That will be just so pretty. These metallics in here are just like next level gorgeous. Guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, new to my channel, new to my face, I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing before you go. That way you get notified when I post more videos, which is at least 3 times a week, all beauty related and all cruelty free. But until next time, I hope that every single one of you go out there and have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, beautiful day.